Hello everyone, welcome back to Animals with Nianne. In today's video we're diving into the world of the giant anteater. An animal that almost looks prehistoric, but is very much part of a modern world. In my opinion, the giant anteater looks so unique that it makes you look twice. We'll talk about its anatomy, behavior, diet, reproduction, and sadly enough the threats it faces today. So if you love unusual animals and giants of nature, you're in the right place. Let's get started. The giant anteater almost looks unreal. They're large, reaching 1.8 to 2.4 meters long. And this measures from nose to the end of the tail. And more than half of the length is because of their bushy, big, fluffy tail. Despite their size, they're actually pretty lightweight. They only weigh from usually between 22 and 45 kilograms. And of course, the most striking feature is the long snout.
Aww. So cute! So cute!
It's almost like nature asks, what if you turn a vacuum into an animal? And there you have it, the giant anteater. A fun fact about the giant anteaters is that they don't have teeth at all. Instead, they rely on a very extremely long tongue, which can be up to 60 centimeters. When feeding, this tongue flicks in and out really fast, collecting its food with a sticky saliva. Another incredible feature on the tongue is that they actually have these backward points, so insects kind of get stuck on their tongue and can't really leave their mouth that easily. Their front legs are also really incredible. They're powerful and equipped with long, curved claws to rip open termite mounds. These claws are so large that anteaters don't actually walk on their claws. Instead, they walk on their knuckles. So they walk like this the whole time. The reason why they do this is to protect themselves because, you know, like walking on their nails, on their claws the whole time is just not ideal. They will mess up their nails that they use for digging up their food, and it looks a little bit awkward, but it works perfectly for them. Another reason why they walk on their knuckles instead of their claws is because they need to keep their claws intact, not only for food but also to defend themselves. Another very prominent feature of the giant anteater is their fur. The fur is thick and it has the iconic black and white stripes on their body, which helps with camouflage, and the fur also helps with thermal regulation. During the cooler nights, the fur traps warmth, and usually when they're resting, the giant eater uses its enormous bushy tail to wrap around their body to keep warm as well. Giant anteaters live across South and Central America. They inhabit a wide range of environments such as grassland, shrublands, savannas and forests. As long as there's enough food and enough space for them, they're absolutely content with where they are. However, they require large territories, which becomes a problem when their habitats are fragmented by agriculture, roads and urban expansion. Giant anteaters are solitary animals, meaning they live alone. They don't form groups and generally prefer to live their lives on their own, meeting only others when it's time to mate or when a mother is raising their baby. They can be diurnal or nocturnal, depending on temperature and human disturbance. They're calm and slow-moving, spending much of the time walking from one feeding site to another. When threatened, they're capable of defending themselves, using their claws like I've mentioned before. And what they do is they will stand on their hind legs to appear taller and use the claws to defend themselves. Their sense of smell is also highly developed. I mean, just look at them. Hello. And they rely more on their smell than hearing or sight. This makes them extremely good at locating insects underground. In the wild, giant anteaters live about 14 to 16 years, and in captivity they can reach up ages from 25 to 26 years. Some records even show giant anteaters that has reached ages over 30 years old. They reach sexual maturity around 3 to 4 years old. Giant anteaters have a low reproductive rate, which makes population recovery very slow, unfortunately. Males track females and oftentimes stay with her for days to mate repeatedly. The breeding process includes courtship sniffing. I mean, of course I have to sniff. I mean, look at their nose. Duh.
Not totally.
And this courtship sniffing can be quite intense as well. Sometimes they can be a bit aggressive and hit each other with their claws before successful mating occurs. And then after mating, the female has a gestation period of around 190 days, and she usually gives birth to a single pup. The young anteater is born fully furred and climbs onto the mother's back almost immediately after birth. For several months, the pup rides on her back, perfectly camouflaged by the black and white stripes, and it may stay with the mother for up to a year, just learning how to forage and how to be independent. As the name suggests, they pretty much only eat ants. And also termites. Yeah, I don't know what more to say on this. Giant anteater eats ants. Period. They use their claws to open nests and flicks its tongue in and out really fast, which horses 150 times per minute. That's how fast their tongue goes. And in a single day, a giant anteater can consume tens of thousands of insects. Crazy! Interestingly, it doesn't destroy a nest entirely. Instead, it feeds briefly and then moves on to the next nest, allowing insect colonies to recover. It also makes the giant anteater a very important part of the ecosystem there, because it helps regulate the insect populations without destroying them. Honestly, we love the giant anteater over here. According to the IUCN Red List, the giant anteater is listed as vulnerable, which was assessed on 10 May 2024. It's a reminder that even such a well-adapted animal is not immune to the changes that a human brings to the world. As forests and grasslands are cleared for agriculture or roads slice through their territories, these giants often find themselves wandering into dangerous situations. Many, unfortunately, are lost to collision with vehicles, while others fall victim to wildfires that sweep across the habitat, or hunting in regions where humans may exploit them. Because giant anteaters have such a slow reproductive rate, each lost adult is a heavy blow to the population. Even a small increase of mortality can ripple through their populations for years, making survival in the changing landscape a daily challenge. Thank God for the organizations that are working to protect the giant anteater. These organizations are, for example, ICAS, Wild Animal Conservation Institute. They focus on research, rescue and conservation efforts in Brazil. And there's the IUCN SSSC Anteater Sloth Armadillo Specialist Group, or also known as the ASASG. What they do is that they provide global assessments and conservation guidance. Supporting or sharing the work of these organizations help protect not only the giant anteaters, but entire ecosystems. The giant anteater shows us that survival isn't about being flashy or fast. It's about being perfectly suited for your niche, moving through the world for your own steady, deliberate way. They're quiet, precise, and perfectly built for a life spent hunting termites and ants across the Central and South American landscape. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, leave a comment if you have any questions or if you want to keep continuing this conversation. And also let me know which animal you would like to hear about next time. As usual, I'll link to organizations and sources that I used for this video down below. And again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and you know, my goal is to help the animals. That's why I make this content. So if you want to share it, please feel free to do so, in hopes that we can help protect these animals and educate even more people about how incredible they are. Again, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.